On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting it. I'm getting to it. I'm taking care of the business. But there's some areas in my life that I'm pretty freaking perfect. I'm still working on some things, but I'm telling you,
what?
I'm practically perfect.
You go ahead and speak that. You go ahead and speak that, Anton.
No, it ain't no speaking it. That's facts. That's facts.
You say that.
Listen. Let me tell you something. Any woman in her right mind needs to be. If I was a single guy, they need to be groveling at my feet for me to be able to choose.
But you're not. That's real. So moving on.
Single. What does this have to
but
do
here's
with
the thing. Y'all need to be leaning on me in order to create the blueprint for what these guys need to be that you
want. Get them.
Because you guys, he has the only blueprint. He has the only blueprint.
All right, simmer down, family. Simmer down.
The only one, Q. The only one.
Okay.
In the world of 7 billion people. It's crazy.
Okay. You know I got the blueprint, Kay.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Stop doing.
Yeah, I know. And so this is the interesting thing. You expect me to jump in here and answer your question when I ask you a question directly, and you
what question did you ask me? Let me answer.
Oh my gosh, nah, you can't do it.
Do you see what's going on?
You can't. No, do you see what's going on? Do you see what's going on?
I know.
You tap dance all around what I asked you, Kay.
So you know what?
Jeez Louise.
Since you won't answer, I believe the only pushback that I personally had.
Interesting.
The only pushback that I personally had was Anton saying he has the blueprint.
That is not what y'all started pushing back.
That's the only thing I said. That's the first thing I said.
We've been having a whole conversation around vulnerability. The first point of contention came when the brother. The first pushback came when he said, gentlemen, the only person you should be vulnerable with is your wife. Yep. That was the first pushback. That's specific.
You're right.
So please explain to me, please, Kay, explain to me how you act like you're not participating in this conversation. And I ask you something direct and you could dance all around it. But then when you want to ask me something, right? I gotta bow down and kowtow and answer yours specific in a moment. Of course I did, because you was like, what did he ask?
Chicago.
So
calm down.
And then you do this. And then you do the passive aggressive joints.
Chicago, calm down.
But you didn't. No. Okay. I didn't answer my question.
During that exact conversation, I said, are you not vulnerable with your woman? Y'all aren't married.
You answered a question with the question, Kay. You might want to rewind this tape back, fam. You might want to rewind this tape.
Okay,
back.
Chicago.
So specifically, the very first thing y'all pushed back on was when the brother told other men in the chat and anybody watching this that the person you need to be vulnerable with is your wife. And that has led us down this rabbit hole. Wait. And that has led us down this rabbit hole. I'm just having a hard time understanding why, because to me, sounds like a good piece of advice.
No, the only reason
you're right.
Go ahead, Q.
You're right. That's where it started, but where it's ending right now is that he's making it seem like his blueprint is the only blueprint for a successful marriage, and that's not the truth.
Okay, so let me ask.
Just because his uncle, his brother, his 5 other sisters, whatever, did the same thing, doesn't mean that's the only blueprint for a successful marriage. That's literally a blueprint.
That's the definition of a blueprint. Okay, but that's not the
only one. Yours might work. Yes, you're correct. It worked. Good job. But that's not the only blueprint for a successful marriage.
Okay, so give me another blueprint. Give me another example.
Oh, I can give you one. Okay, there's a guy on Clubhouse. His name is Kenrick. Been married for 30 plus years, and he said he prepared to be a husband before he met his wife. He's so vulnerable, and he expressed to his wife before marriage. Okay, my parents married for 30 plus years, right? My parents, my mom, my dad, they've been vulnerable with each other beforehand. That's where I learned this nurturing spirit from. So yours is not the only blueprint. Yes, you might have a good foundation, a good pillar, but is that the only building?
But the question I'm asking you, right, is those people are their wives, right? Did they share? Wait. Q. Let me ask the question. Let me ask the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, what's my question?
Did they share vulnerable information before they were married? What's your question?
That's not my question.
Okay.
My question is that they share vulnerable information with anybody else outside of that person that they're married to? Did they share that information with somebody else that they dated outside of the person that they've been married to for 30 years is my question.
Listen, I don't know, because if they're married, they're not talking about their exes.
So why are you sitting here why are you sitting here giving me this whole soliloquy about how they prepared themselves for marriage or whatever? The question, the thing that we're having a debate about is, should men share information with anybody else outside of who they're married to, right? Now, those situations that you gave an example to, right? Those guys might have got lucky in that the person that they shared that information to wind up becoming their wife. But dudes are sharing information, vulnerable information. One of the things that you said, Q, is that you know at least 4 guys that then shared information with you. And I'm telling you that that should not happen outside of the person that you're married to.
Okay. Okay.
I just feel like that kind of was created a narrative when we were just talking about simple vulnerability, back to what I was saying from the beginning, and just being able to communicate with me your feelings. That's kind of where I was at with this question. I don't know how we got off into the deep end with these deep, dark secrets, but
no guy should be being vulnerable with a woman that he ain't married to. That's where I stand.
Men, if you watching, you can be vulnerable with me. I won't use it against you. I like it. It forms a more closer intimacy. I'm not like Anton. But
So we got 2 different versions going on. We got some women,
but I like your willingness to stand on your point. We're gonna break that down as we go, though. We're gonna get that.
I agree with you.
Go ahead. Now he a therapist now. Not a therapist needing a therapist.
I am.
I got you.
I am. I can change your life. I'll fix you.
Throwing fireballs.
Not fix me.
You don't want to be fixed?
I never said that. You see, you putting words in my mouth. I said not fix.
I'm asking you.
Ayana, fix my
I'm asking you. Do you want to be fixed?
I don't think you're. I don't think you're the type to fix me.
You sure about that?
I'm very sure.
Q, he's not qualified to fix you.
Because you're not qualified.
Okay, how you feel?
One,
I
feel like
that?
I feel like
She
like
just
I
you're
fixed
on
you.
the highway.
Hey, I fixed you.
Me.
You don't even know that I fixed.
broken.
That's the beautiful thing about it, is that Kay, you don't even realize that I fixed you. That's how I know that I'm awesome.
Anton, you
because-
can't even fix yourself. You still don't think your trauma is trauma. So don't try to fix somebody else.
What do you mean? I don't have no trauma. I'm perfect practically.
This is why you can't fix me.
Listen, the only
It's the
thing
fact
that
you
the
think
only
you're perfect is crazy.
I'm pretty close to it.
That
I don't
is
think I'm
very
all the way there.
exhausting
No,
that you
there is
keep
some
saying
things
that.
in my life that I'm pretty freaking perfect at. And I'm not going to wait for anybody to try to validate it. We all know that perfection comes in this beautiful, gorgeous package. But I'm working on it, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting it. I'm getting
I
to it.
cannot.
I'm taking care of the business. But there's some areas in my life that I'm pretty freaking perfect. I'm still working on some things, but I'm telling you,
know what?
I'm practically perfect.
You go ahead and speak that. You go ahead and speak that, Anton.
No, it ain't no speaking it. That's facts. That's facts.
You say that. You
Listen.
say it.
Let me tell you something. Any woman in her right mind needs to be. If I was a single guy, they need to be groveling at my feet for me to be able to choose.
But
them.
you're not.
That's real.
So moving
You're
on.
not single. What does this have to
But
do
here's
with
the thing: y'all need to be leaning on me in order to create the blueprint for what these guys need to be.
Here
that
we
you
go.
want.
Get him.
Because you guys, he got the only blueprint. He has the only blueprint.
All right,
We
simmer
need to
down,
move on.
family. Simmer down. Simmer
The
down. Let's bring
only
it back.
one, Q. The only one.
Okay.
In the
Bring it back.
world of 7 billion people. It's crazy.
Let's bring
Okay.
it back. Let's
You
bring it
know
back.
I got the blueprint, okay?